Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to another NFL mock draft video on the channel. My name is Absolute Illusion. You can also call me Colton, though. And today, we're going to be doing something just a little bit wonky, something a little bit different. We are still going to be doing a 3-round mock draft, but this time, we're going to be doing 2 teams. That's right, not 1, but 2. And we are joined by one of my good buddies. My buddy Steve here is going to be drafting for his favorite team, the Buffalo Bills, Bills Mafia. And I will be drafting for my hometown team, the Minnesota Vikings. Welcome, sir. Would you like to say hello to the people of the comment section?
Welcome on in. I am Steve Barnie, but you can just call me Barney. I am a diehard Buffalo Bills fan. We used to be a drinking town with all problems, but past 3 years under new management, we have finally become good.
Yeah,
we won 2 playoff games and lost the switch.
You're still a drinking town. Now it's just drinking through tables.
Yes.
I don't think the drinking towns go away.
No, now we just happy drink.
Yeah, now it's just happy drinking, not sad drinking anymore. So basically, you're just not Jets fans anymore.
We never Jets fans.
No, I just
don't
mean
you put that on me.
I just mean how sad they are. I'm sorry for anybody who's a Jets fan, but I would hate. I feel so bad for Jets fans. It's such a. If anybody is like a diehard Jets fan, comment down below. I don't know how you would do it. That would be so hard. That would be so hard to do. But enough ranting about Jets fans, enough making fun of Jets fans, enough bringing up the butt fumble.
You had to.
I had to throw that in there. We're going to hop in here. We are going to be doing our normal 3-round mock draft. We're going to turn it on slow. You can still see this, right? It didn't go away, right?
Correct. I can still see it.
We had that issue right before we started, right as we were starting to record. You couldn't see any of this, so that would have been bad. Obviously, we're going to set it on slow so you can see everything that happens in slow motion. Let's start the draft. This is obviously going to be Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, there you go. This will probably be Zach Wilson. Makes sense. If this is Azeez Ojulari, okay, that happened in the last episode. Actually, you guys haven't seen that yet. Never mind. Ignore me. You guys haven't seen that yet. No. Wait. Yes. No. The Raiders video. No, that'll come out after this video. You haven't seen that. That'll come out tomorrow. You go see that tomorrow. I'll tell you, though, the Miami Dolphins pick Azeez Ojulari at number 3. So you might want to watch that.
Warning, spoilers may be included.
Yes, spoilers. I don't. Spoilers are always included. Rashawn Slater goes 5. Trey Lance goes 6. Interesting. Trey Lance going 6. Jalen Waddle. I hate, though, how the Falcons go Penei Sewell there. Don't get me wrong, I love Penei Sewell, but there's no stretch of the imagination that they don't go quarterback there. It's one of the weird things about the Draft Network. Now that they've like signed Matt Ryan to like that little extension, it's dropped quarterback from 1 until like need number 6. It's really annoying. It makes no sense.
Should still be the number 1 need.
Yeah, it should still 100% be the number 1 need. Justin Fields, Mac Jones goes 9.
What?
To the Broncos.
He's like
a
2nd round pick.
That is brilliant. I love that. Whatever happens. Caleb Farley. All right, so we are getting a trade here for the Minnesota Vikings. Dropping back to 32. Picking up a 64 and a 4. And giving up 14. Dropping back to 17. Picking up a 5. Or dropping back to 24, picking up a 4 and a 3. Ooh. I don't like this one. I'm not a fan. I don't mind this one here. Picking up that extra 5 just to slide back 3 slots. I don't mind that. But this one here, yes, dropping back to 32 is really far. I just don't know if I want to slide back that far. Do I want to slide back that far? just to pick up a second. Like, yeah, picking up a second would be real nice. But it'd be at the very end of the second round. You know what? I'm going to accept this one. Huh? Do it.
So if you took the Chiefs one, you'd be drafting right after me.
I would be. Yeah, I would. That might have actually been the Buccaneers, though. I think that was the Buccaneers. I don't remember now. But I'm going to take this one, picking up an extra 5, because the Vikings don't have enough picks, apparently. We have 11, the most in this entire draft class. Because we actually had to give up a 7th-round pick for apparently violating something. We violated some rule last year. So we lost a 7th-round pick. I have no idea what happened. It was something with our salary cap with a practice squad player or something. So I'm going to accept this one, drop back 3.
Pay money whenever you raise or lower people from practice squad. So you might have ran out.
So we might have not done that. We could drop back 1 pick and pick up a 7. Or drop back to 26, pick up another 3 and a 6. I'm taking that. 100%. Taking that. Dropping back to 26, I don't have any issues with. The players that I want are maybe still going to be on the board there, so I'm more than okay dropping back to that spot. I just don't know if the 2 players I want will still be on the board. Both of them are still sitting there. Jeremiah Owusu goes at 23, though. Dang it. Yeah. Well, there goes one of mine. I'm getting more trade offers. I'm not accepting any of these. Oh, the 3 players that I would want are still on the board. So in this situation, when it comes to the Vikings, they've made some pretty good moves in free agency. Specifically with their new defensive lineman, Dalvin Thompson. I love that selection or that pickup for them. Patrick Peterson, I'm really, really happy with as well. A lot of people are giving it super bad grades, though. Like, PFF gave it the worst grade of any free agency move so far. And that blows my mind. Like,
he might not be in his prime, but he's still a great veteran presence that's going to really shape up the younger cornerbacks.
Yeah, and Mike Zimmer's system has always been that where older corners can flourish. You know, they've never had an issue with that. So I do still think that the Vikings are either going to sign Forrest Lamp. Okay, I don't know if no. Wait a minute, is he a trade? Did he get cut? I don't remember. We are either going to somehow either trade for Forrest Lamp or pick him up if he got cut. I don't remember. Or we are going to be possibly trading for Orlando Brown Jr. That would be the big one. If we get Forrest Lamp, I think what ends up happening is the Vikings will probably move Ezra Cleveland to left tackle, which I think is more of his natural position in the first place is left tackle. They could leave him at guard, and then you've got Forrest Lamp and Ezra Cleveland as your 2 guards, and then you're just looking for an offensive tackle, which I think could be an option. I don't see them doing that, though. I think that they could rather look for a better guard in the 2nd or 3rd round. But the way that they're looking right now, we need another edge rusher. You got Kwity Paye sitting here. You got Trevon Moehrig sitting here. Jalen Phillips sitting here. And these are probably the 3 players that I would want them to take here, aside from Elijah Vera Tucker if he was still here. If Elijah Vera Tucker's still here, that's 100% the pick, regardless of what they do with if they get a guard or a tackle in free agency. Because if you get a guard, you can move Ezra Cleveland to tackle, and then you've got Elijah Vera Tucker as your guard. If you get an offensive, did I say offensive guard or offensive tackle the first time in free agency?
I believe you said tackle.
Okay. If I said offensive tackle, then you leave Ezra Cleveland at guard, and then you draft Elijah Vera Tucker as your other guard. If you pick up a guard, you move Ezra Cleveland to tackle, and then you still draft Elijah Vera Tucker to be your other guard. Because we have no guards right now, aside from Ezra Cleveland, and I still think he's a left tackle. But you know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to do something a little weird. I'm going to draft my boy Trevon Moehrig.
Okay.
I am more than happy drafting him at 26. He is a 100% bona fide stud. Ooh, some trade value. Trading back with the Buccaneers, grabbing 32 and picking up a 6. Trading to 35, picking up an extra 6. or trading back to 44 and picking up a 3 next year?
I'm gonna decline all those because there was three
Decline.
players on the board, so I know they all couldn't have left.
Okay.
I'll have to pick between one of the two.
Okay. Kwity Paye
So
got drafted. I imagine that's one of the guys you were looking at.
yes.
Okay.
So the Bills have a very good offense that are an air raid, but their defense struggled last year. Definitely an edge rusher is our biggest need. So I'm actually gonna go with Jalen Phillips only because I don't want to wait for Gregory Rousseau to develop the skill wise.
Yep.
Athletically, he's way better than Jalen Phillips, but
Mhm.
as a use right now, I
Yep.
gotta go with Jalen.
Jalen Phillips is the number 1 edge rusher in this entire draft class in terms of pure edge rushing ability. He's not the greatest run stuffer right off the bat, but in terms of pure edge rusher, he is number 1 in this class. I think Kwity Paye is the best defensive end in this class. Although for some reason they have Azeez Ojulari as the number 1 edge like the D end in this class, which makes no sense to me.
Yeah,
It makes
that's
zero
zero
sense to me.
sense.
The Vikings don't have a second round pick in this mock draft that I did because I did not pick up another one, but we did pick up an extra third. So now we have 3 third round picks because we just need more of them. So if we get an option to go back into the second round, I might take it here. But I believe that you still have a second round pick coming up here. Yeah, at 61.
Correct.
And
Yep.
it looks like there's some interesting people left on the board. You are getting a trade offer from the Chicago Bears, who are an absolute dumpster fire right now. Number 52 for 61, and you'd be losing a 5. Did you see anybody on the board that you would need to jump up 9 spots to get?
I don't think so.
Do you wish to decline this then, sir?
I think I will.
Okay. I mean, a lot of the people I think that you might be looking at here are kind of in the middle of this section. Actually, there's somebody on the board who I actually, if he's still sitting there, I think that's exactly
I
who
already
you
know
end
who
up
I'm
pick.
gonna take.
I wonder if we're
he's
thinking
still
the
on the
same
board.
person.
Guaranteed.
I wonder if we're thinking the same person. If we are, I'm going to be surprised.
And if the Saints take him,
You have a trade offer. Dropping out of the second round entirely back to 68, so just back 7 picks, picking up an extra 6th, and then dropping back to 74 and picking up an extra 5.
okay, so I couldn't see if the player I wanted got taken off the board.
That's what I
I'm gonna-
hate, is that last pick you can't see.
Yeah, so I'm gonna take the chance and say that he wasn't picked. And I'm gonna decline.
Okay.
And the Saints took him.
We were thinking the same player, Asante Samuel Jr. That's exactly who I was thinking. I think there's somebody else on the board, though, that'll go well for... I think there's somebody else on the board that I think will go really, really well for you guys. I think there's actually 2 players. One's a little bit farther down the board, but... And I'll obviously let you make the decision on who you end up wanting to go, but there's 2 players on the board here who I think would help you guys a lot, and that's just my personal preference. It's actually your 2 biggest needs that are left on this board. Would be corner
They
and
have wide receivers for needs.
Having that extra wide receiver. You guys did just lose what's his name? He was injured all last season.
John Brown?
Mm-hmm. I think he left in off season.
Yeah, John Brown, we cut him to save $8 million cap space, but then we signed Emmanuel Sanders for 6.
Yeah, but Emmanuel Sanders is...
He's better than John Brown.
When John Brown was healthy, I don't know about that.
But he was never healthy.
That's the problem, yeah.
So I think I'm going to draft for the future. I'm going to pick up Richie Grant.
Ooh, okay.
So we do have Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer on 2 and 3 years left on their contracts.
Okay.
And they're arguably one of the best safety in the league.
Yeah.
But getting young guys to learn underneath that secures a future defense, which I think at this point, the Bills are already decent enough to make back to playoffs.
Mm-hmm. So the player
We
I was
need
thinking you were
future.
going to go with was right here,
I was thinking about it.
was Elijah Molden. He is a little bit smaller, but he's got a lot of flexibility on being an outsider in the nickel. There's two players on the board I really want for the Minnesota Vikings. I really hope they're both there. I doubt it, though, because I imagine they'll both get drafted right before I pick, and I'm going to be really, really upset. Come on, stay on the board. Come on. I'm not taking any of these. I don't care. Yes! He's on the board! Oh my gosh. All right, so this would be a dream scenario for me because my two favorite players in this entire draft class I am about to pick. Okay, not the best players in the draft class by any means, but my two favorite players in terms of where I think they're going to be picked and how well they're actually going to do in the NFL. These are my two favorite players to watch, to have gotten to like scout and everything like that, and that is Carlos Basham Jr. The dude is a freak. If you watched him at the Senior Bowl, you know what I'm talking about. He lit everybody up. There was not a single person at the Senior Bowl who could stop him. And I think that if you give him to our defensive-minded guru of a defensive line coach, you are sticking Carlos Basham Jr. on the other side of Danielle Hunter with Michael Pierce and Dalvin Thompson. That might be the scariest defensive line in the NFL. From just in terms of pure ability to stop the pass and the run.
I'd still give it to the Buccaneers.
You'd still give it to the Buccaneers in terms of a defensive line?
That or Washington football team.
See, I
Those
definitely
ones are
think that we're above the
nasty.
Washington football team, mostly for one specific reason, is that I think a lot of people forget how good Michael Pierce is. Because since he sat out last season, before last season, he was considered one of the top 3 run-stuffing defensive linemen in the NFL. Okay. This last season, Dalvin Thompson was, I believe, if I remember correctly, the number 2 ranked defensive tackle in terms of stopping the run. So running on us is going to be impossible. Plus, the big knock against Dalvin Thompson is that he couldn't rush the passer. But this last season, he ranked, I have to double check this, but he ranked 11th in the NFL for defensive tackles in terms of pressures. So he's not amazing at it by any means, but he did get a lot more. And given the chance of being opposite another stud defensive tackle, I think he'll be a lot better at it. Plus, since Danielle Hunter didn't play last year, people seem to forget he is one of the 3 best defensive ends in the NFL, period. Period. Since he's come into the NFL, he has done things that no defensive end has done in NFL history. Uh-oh. What happened there?
Okay. Yeah, I'll concede to that.
Hang on. Something's happening. We're good, right? Everything's good. We're fine. Everything almost just crashed. The whole computer almost just crashed. That's not good.
Are we cutting this?
No, we're leaving all this in. This is all staying in.
Okay.
We're all leaving it in. But yeah.
Oh, you got 2 back-to-back picks.
I will give the Buccaneers that definitely could that definitely could be better than the Minnesota Vikings. It also all depends on Carlos Basham. If he ends up being a stud, like I think he could be, I think it might go to us. Falling back to 99, picked up a 6. No, thank you. There's multiple players on the board who I really, really like, and one of them is on the board right now, and that is Paulson Adebo. Did you happen to catch his pro day?
I have not caught any of the days yet.
Paulson Adebo
Probably going to work on that tomorrow.
has probably had one of the top 5 pro days for any player in this entire draft class so far. He was flat out amazing. And it was unbelievable to watch him. I think he's gone from a 4th-round talent to an early 3rd-round talent. Is how much that pro day helped him. Now the Vikings draft again. And there's actually... Where did he go? Right here. I am going to be grabbing Deontay Brown with this pick. Interior offensive lineman out of Alabama. Dude is 6'3", 364. Definitely a guard in the NFL, 100%. You are up at 93. Ooh, wow. There's two people on the board that are really, really good.
Could you bring up the Kenneth?
Gainwell, of course.
Yeah.
5'11", 191. Honey, could you go move your car? Please. Thank you.
So
Sorry about
I think this draft should still remain defensive.
Behind my mom's or behind mine? Remain defensive. Okay.
I'm going to pick up Cameron McGreen.
McGrone? Cameron McGrone?
Yeah.
Ooh, linebacker out of Michigan. I actually like that.
Weather. Yeah.
6'1", 232.
Because at least it's depth, and he gets to go behind Tremaine Edmonds. Should be fine.
Jumping back into the third, giving up a 4 and a 6. We have 4 fourth-round picks. The Vikings have 4 fourth-round picks this year.
I think that's almost too good to pass up.
I'm 100% jumping on that. There's no way that I don't take that. And I think there's actually somebody that I love at this spot. Actually, there's 2 people. I wonder if the other guy's still on the board. He is a little bit later. You know what? I am. Oh gosh, now I'm stuck. Now I'm stuck. Oh, there's 2 players I'm looking at. One of them is kind of a risk to take, but he could end up being an absolute stud at the next level.
Okay.
So we got safety, edge, corner, inside linebacker, or inside offensive line. Oh, man. It might be a little bit of a weird... This might be a little weird. But I am taking like Kyle Trask right there. The other player that I wanted was Shaun Wade. Shaun Wade is going to be really, really good, and I think that he could be like a third or fourth corner for us, kind of rotating in. Obviously, Mike Zimmer loves his corners, so I don't think that that's something that they shy away from. Somebody else that I like is Benjamin St-Juste. I've probably watched more game film on him than any other player in this entire draft class, mostly because he's a Gopher. But I think drafting Kyle Trask there, possibly setting up for our future. I think Kyle Trask, given a few years, could actually be a very, very good quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, Kirk Cousins your quarterback for at least the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, for sure. But once he's gone, we have to figure out what we're going to do after that. And I think Kyle Trask is the type of player that you could take a shot on him or shot with him at the next level with how many picks we have in this draft class. And that is the end of the 3-round mock draft. Let us see how we did. We did make a couple trades, and I think actually I made all of them. I did make all of them.
Yes.
We did end up trading back from 14, picking up 17 and 162, which they grabbed Micah Parsons with. And then we traded 17 for 26, 89, and 211. They grabbed Rashad Bateman there, the wide receiver out of Minnesota. And we ended up grabbing Trevon Moehrig and Paulson Adebo with those 2 picks. I feel like that's pretty good. And then we ended up trading 119, 199 for 94 and picking up Kyle Trask. Now, overall total picks, the Buffalo Bills ended up with a solid number 3. The Minnesota Vikings ended up with 5 in the first 3 rounds, which I think is pretty dang good. The Buffalo Bills ended up with Jalen Phillips, Richie Grant, and Cameron McGrone. If you as a Bills fan saw that draft, if you saw them make that draft, how happy would you be about it?
I mean, me personally, since I did it, I'm
Well,
happy
I'm
with it.
being objective about it. Just being objective about it. Like, if you didn't just make all these picks, if like this is actually how it happened, objectively, would you be very, very happy with this?
I would be happy because that just means that they saw what the issues were
Mm-hmm.
last year, which was the defense.
Okay.
Our offense could put up 32 points per game, but it
Yes.
didn't much if the other team could do the same thing.
Yeah. If they're putting up 45 and you're putting up 40, it doesn't really help all that much. And I think that
Yeah.
this draft helps your defense immensely, gaining probably the best overall pure edge rusher in this draft class, getting an absolute starter in Richie Grant at safety. He is not Trevon Moehrig, don't get me wrong, but Trevon Moehrig he's kind of an outlier. Richie Grant would be a first-round corner in any other year of safety draft classes. Probably, if nothing else, he'd be a very early second round type of a player. But being shadowed by Trevon Moehrig, it makes it a
Yeah.
little bit difficult to understand the like hierarchy of quarter or like the safeties in this draft class.
And
And
with
then
that pick,
Cameron McGrone, unbelievable pick,
yeah.
unbelievable
See,
pick.
and with the second pick, I was going to take Asante Samuel Jr.,
I know
but
that would
yeah.
have been perfect.
But
That
that
would have
just
been
means
amazing.
remainder of this offseason, the Bills are going to try really hard to
Mhm.
sign Xavier Rhodes,
Yep.
which I think would be a great pickup.
I think it would be too. There's still so many great players left in free agency. Like, people have been, there's been a lot of crazy moves already, but there's still a lot of very, very, very good players left on the board. Somebody I think that the Bills could go after, and I think it would actually be a very, very good pickup. He is a little bit older, is the defensive tackle from the Bengals.
Oh, Geno Atkins,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I
But
I would like that. Yes, he's older. It might cost a little bit more.
I
I think
don't
that could
think we
ultimately
would
help a
use him
lot.
though. We get Star Lotullier back because he's
Yeah,
opting
that's
out.
true.
We still have Harrison Phillips, who was a third round pick 2 years ago.
Yep,
And we still have Ed Oliver's the ninth overall pick 2 years ago.
that's true. And where is
Um,
my...
I would honestly like to see us sign Carlos Dunlap.
That's actually who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
That's actually who I was thinking of. Was he Bengals?
Yep.
Yes, he's Bengals. Okay, that's who I was thinking of. For some reason, that in my brain, those two got mixed up because I forgot Geno Atkins just got released as well. But Carlos Dunlap, the D end, is who I was talking about. Yeah, because
Yeah,
Carlos
and
Dunlap's the
actually,
D end.
currently, Carlos Dunlap and Xavier Rhodes are working out with the Bills safeties offseason, and they are recruiting hard.
Yes, I think that'd be great if you guys could get Carlos Dunlap. I like that a lot. That's somebody I think you guys could definitely go after. If I was a Minnesota Vikings fan, I would be screaming for pure and total joy at this draft class.
Yes.
Getting, honestly, if we got Trevon Moehrig, I think we would immediately be in contention for one of the top three safety duos in the entire NFL. With Harrison Smith and Trevon Moehrig as our two safeties, that would be unbelievable. Like, Harrison Smith is older, yes, but he is still one of the best safeties in the entire NFL. He's not what he used to be in terms of athletic ability.
I mean, you run a zone, and that should be fine.
Yep. And the biggest thing I like about Trevon Moehrig is his ball hawking ability.
Yes.
His ability to find where the ball is. And I think giving him that ability will open up for Harrison Smith to crowd the line a little bit more.
Like, when you watch game film on him, Trayvon Moehrig is like one of the only players I actually did watch some film on.
Oh my gosh, he's
When
so
he
good.
breaks for that,
It's
he's like a half
unbelievable.
step ahead of everyone.
Yep. And I think even giving him to Harrison Smith to teach is going to be scary. Because Harrison Smith, when he first started, is much like Trayvon Moehrig is now, in terms of his ability to make that first step towards the ball and read offenses like nobody's ever seen. Carlos Basham Jr. is, I think, would be one of the biggest steals of this entire draft class. He has talent level-wise of a first-round defensive end. In terms of pure talent-wise, he is a little raw in terms of his ability. But giving him to the Vikings defensive line coach would be terrifying.
Yeah.
That'd be scary.
Like, one full season, just because I'm not sure how weird the off season's gonna be.
Yeah, I think that's a big thing. Is we still got to figure out how that's all going to end up. Paulson Adebo, Deontay Brown, both very solid additions. Paulson Adebo would not be a starter week 1, but it gives you that rotational ability with him, and with how much rotation Zimmer likes to do and how many corners he likes to play. He likes to play a lot of them on the field at one time. I think that would be a really, really good pick for them, especially with Mike Hughes probably being gone after this year, since they did not pick up his 5th-year option. So I think that you'll see Mike Hughes gone because of all the injury issues he's had. Deontay Brown would be probably our starting left guard, I would imagine, depending on, again, who the Vikings sign in terms of a tackle or a guard. We need one more, though, for sure, before we get to the draft. And then Kyle Trask is just better than Sean Mannion.
Yeah.
Sean Mannion's a glorified clipboard holder. That's all he does. He holds a clipboard.
He shouldn't see the field ever.
Well, that's actually the intention. The Vikings keep him because he's so good at holding a clipboard and seeing plays. Freaking cut the guy and sign him as a coach. Cut him and sign him as a coach. Sign him as a quarterback coach. I don't care. Get him off the field.
Just be the water boy.
Seriously. It's so agitating, because if Kirk Cousins ever goes down, we're going to go 0-16. It's so bad. He's so bad. And we cut, oh my gosh, who's the backup for Washington now that, oh my gosh, he played right at the end of last season and played amazing. What is his name? Hang on, let me look it up. Oh my gosh.
It's not Heineke, but that's
Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke, the former Vikings quarterback. He was our 3rd string quarterback, and we cut him for Sean Mannion.
Oof.
Why? I love Taylor Heineke.
Speaking of signing backups, the Bills got Mitchell Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky. Yeah, it's not like the Bears
field.
exactly upgraded though.
No.
It's not like they upgraded. They got
worse.
Andy Dalton.
They have Andy Dalton for 1 year, who's getting paid $10 million.
Which isn't bad for Andy Dalton. That's not bad.
Their backup is Nick Foles, who's getting paid like $20 million.
He's getting paid a lot of money. I'm surprised they haven't cut him or traded him or done something with him.
Maybe it's their grand scheme to put him in during playoffs to recreate the Philly Eagles
Philly
Super
special,
Bowl win.
Possibly. Yeah, I think both of us would be pretty happy with the way that this mock draft has turned out. This would end up pretty well. I like all the picks that I made. I think something crucial for the Vikings, though, is making sure that they can at least try to get back into the second round at some point. The Vikings seem to be one of the best second-round drafting teams in the NFL because we always seem to draft amazing players in the second round. It seems constant that we draft somebody in the second round and then they're a starter.
You guys should just, trade out of the first and grab
altogether. Yeah, just straight out of the first altogether, get 3 second-round picks. I don't care.
Yep.
just get out of the first round. Just get out. Just go to the second, and we'll be fine. Look at what we did the 1 year we didn't have a first-round pick. We drafted Dalvin Cook. That turned out pretty well.
Yeah, that was a good pick.
But with that, definitely let us know down in the comments what you guys think of this draft. If you guys think we're completely insane, if you guys think that this was a good draft, definitely let us know. We appreciate hearing all of your feedback. Follow both of us on Twitter at Absolute Colton. What is your
and
ad?
at Barney Steve.
Yes. They will be down in the description. Go check down in the description. Always check in the description. There's always fun stuff in the description. Maybe I'll put a smiley face in there. I'll put a giant smiley face to make sure you guys are checking. If you guys aren't looking, you won't see the cool smiley face. I probably won't actually do that. That's probably a lot of work. But definitely let us know what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you guys want to see more of this awesome content. I am trying to hit 1K subs. Go sub to my boy Steve as well. His YouTube will be down in the description. I don't know if he's gonna make more videos or anything like that, but go sub to him anyway. Get him to 1,000 subs just to say so. Just to say that you can. Just do it. Make sure you hit the like button as well if you guys did enjoy this. If you guys want to see more of it, we do have a lot of fun stuff planned for the upcoming season and everything like that. So look forward to it. And with that, thank you guys all so much for watching. I love every single one of you, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.